And if you guys want to check them out, as always, I've got a link down below. And I'm also going to be giving away quite a few of these items because honestly, this time of year, there is just way too much tech in the office, more than I would ever need. So I want to get back to you guys as well. So for a chance to win, just go ahead and drop a like on this video if you like these episodes and would like to see more giveaways. And let me know what your favorite product is down in the comment section below, as well as your Instagram username. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll be picking a winner in 2 weeks. There is quite a few giveaways lately, so we are kind of working through announcing the winners and contacting them as well for shipping information, because we do have a log on our Notion database that just shows the status of the videos and just to ensure that we're picking the winners. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So with the new MacBooks being very popular and for good reason, a really nice gift is something that is very functional. And this right here is a Ugreen USB Type-C hub that has all different types of inputs that can be very useful for anyone. On the front, you're gonna find 3 USB ports as well as an HDMI. And when it comes to the HDMI, it has a 4K resolution output, which is probably gonna be fine for most. So if you have any like monitor, you can easily connect that. And on the other side, it actually also has an SD card slot and also a micro SD card slot. Even though I don't use micro SD that much, SD card is still very useful whether you're a photographer or videographer. A lot of cameras still do use that. And in general, I think it's just a nice minimal tool. And even though I like the ones that plug in directly and don't move around, a lot of times it is nice to have that flexibility, and the cable length I think is perfect. The overall transfer speed is 5 gigabits per second, which is pretty solid. But at a price point of just over $20, it's not only a great gift, but something that I would personally use as well and carry with me everywhere. So another really good tech gift that comes in close to the price of $10 is this cable organizer right here. As someone who has like a lot of cables, chargers, and devices as a whole, I'm sure a lot of people are on the same boat where whenever you travel, you feel like you're just grabbing all the cables and throwing them in the bag and sorting them out as you go. This right here really does fix that issue, because as you zip it open and open up, you can see there's kind of a compartment for everything where you can sort everything out, have your cables along here, also have a few of them tucked in for quick access, stuff like batteries, memory cards, SSDs, anything that you can think of can fit right here. And in fact, I noticed that it was the perfect size for the iPad mini. So just flip open the Velcro there, whether you have like a smartphone or an iPad, you can slide that out. It's got like the folio case on it as well. And it just really is compact, and it's a really good way to keep all of your stuff organized, because nowadays there are a lot of good like charging accessories out there, but keeping them organized is really going to be how you take control of like your portable workflow. So this is definitely something that I feel like for 10 bucks is a total steal. The elastics and everything are pretty high quality, they hold up. I do also like the fact that there's like a zipper compartment inside and out as well, and also a quick access Velcro. And I just feel like for such a simple looking product at its price, it is really well thought out. So in the world today, a lot of tech products really focus on being able to charge a lot faster. Battery technology has generally stayed the same, but I am very happy to see that there has been huge advancements in terms of charging technology, especially from the third parties at great price points. Nowadays, like these products don't really come with their power bricks. You have to go ahead and buy it separately. And a company like Anker is very well known in this industry. And this right here is their Nano Pro charger that comes in at a price point of around $20. Not only is it the same size as Apple's old 5-watt charger at about a 1-inch diameter, but it is able to provide you a charging speed of about 20 watts, which allows you to take advantage of the fast charging on the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 13. And I literally have like 5 or 6 of these, and they're in the car, they're also in each office, in each room, and they're just super handy, and I use them all the time. At the end of the day, it is a charger. There isn't really much to say about that, but it does have Anker's Power IQ 3.0, which ensures that your device is getting the max charging performance, but at the same time, the ActiveShield technology is able to regulate the temperature to ensure that your device doesn't get damaged during the fast charging process. And if you just go ahead and compare this to like Apple's own fast charger, which comes in at a much higher price point, this right here is 45% smaller in its overall size, which makes it a no-brainer to bring with you everywhere. So another product that I recently checked out is the Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max. And I was honestly pretty surprised when I found out that this actually fit into the price range of this video, because not only does it have like the streaming services, which are pretty standard with any like streaming stick nowadays. You have the expectation of like YouTube, Netflix, all the standard stuff, but it actually does have support for Dolby Vision, HDR, HDR10, and also Dolby Atmos. So with like all the content that is available out there nowadays, some of these are starting to adapt some of the latest optimizations to give you the best experience possible with like a 2021 TV. I actually really did like the Amazon Fire TV experience because it was really smooth to navigate, and with the MediaTek chip inside, it also has Wi-Fi 6 support to ensure that the high quality content that you're streaming is able to keep up effectively. The voice control is also something that I found worked very well, and I tested it with some specifics, such as telling Alexa to like search something instead of automatically playing a video, and it would open up YouTube right away. And I also like the fact that it has the Apple TV integration, and the fact that I can also use Chromecast to stream directly to this stick. So at the price of $35, I believe that this is like a really easy gift because it has all the features that you need and is also relatively future-proof. So when it comes to the products in the budget episode, the biggest thing that we look for overall is value. And a lot of times that comes in having multiple features in one product. And this right here is from a company called Baseus, and I'd like to give them a huge thanks for sponsoring this video. This is their GAN 3 Pro desktop power strip, and it's like the perfect accessory to have on your desk because it is actually a 6-in-1. It has 4 different USB ports and 2 outlets, and it not only serves as like an extension switch, but also like a direct high wattage port if you want to charge something like a laptop as well. Just taking a closer look at it, you can see that the construction is relatively small. It's compact, it's portable, you can really take it anywhere. Looking at the front here, you have 2 USB Type-C ports as well as 2 USB Type-A ports because some of us still have some accessories that use that. And when it comes to the overall wattage, this is able to support up to 65 watts. And for reference, the MacBook Pro 14-inch M1 right here is able to really take advantage of that because if you're on the go and don't want to take that large power brick with you everywhere, you can just connect it via USB Type-C to here and it will give it a pretty sufficient charge despite its pretty small form factor. And if you have devices like your smartphone and your tablet, it will also be able to provide that maximum charge. And for iPhone users, for example, it gives you that 50% in just 30 minutes. On top of that, the fact that it's called the GAN 3 stands for the gallium nitride technology that we see in a lot of great chargers nowadays. And that technology essentially allows for a higher wattage, more ports, and at the same time, a safer charging experience. And Baseus has all of that. These ports are actually surge protected, which is very, very important in any power accessory. So if you guys are looking for like the best all-in-one tool for charging on your desktop and on the go, then the GAN 3 is definitely something that you should go ahead and check out. Another product that really fits in this episode though is their W11 earbuds. And when you add the 20% coupon, if you use that link down below, it comes in at a price point under $30. And it's impressive that it's a fully wireless pair of earbuds, but on top of that, it also has an app that has like a loss mode. And when it comes to sound quality at this price point, it is pretty decent, but $30 I would say is just like an absolute no-brainer for anybody out there who's looking for a great budget, truly wireless earbud option. But if you guys want to win a pair, I'm gonna pick someone in the comment section as well. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out the GAN 3 or the W11, I've got a 10% off coupon for the GAN 3 and a 20% off coupon for the W11s. So the link's going to be at the top of the description below. So the next product right here is right around the $50 mark, and it is definitely interesting, but in my opinion, for the right person, it can be extremely useful. So in tech, a lot of times all the products do get very dusty. Whether it's trying to clean the computer or if I'm filming something and trying to remove the dust off, we usually use compressed air cans. And those, for some reason, are just so expensive. In Canada, I think they're like $10 a can and they run out really quickly. So this right here is actually the replacement of that you can recharge, and it has a 30-minute runtime and you can use it to clean as many things as possible. And at the price point of $50, it is definitely not cheap and it barely makes the cut for this video. But if you use these a lot to like keep your house clean and like cleaning products that you don't exactly want to wipe over, such as like dust on a TV or a monitor that you want to be a little bit careful with, and especially with the computers, keyboards, there literally is like so many ways that you can use this, then this is definitely quite useful. I will admit it is not as powerful and concentrated as like a compressed air can, but it still really does get the job done in most scenarios, and this is kind of what it's able to do. So another product where I feel like you can get a really good bang for buck nowadays is in electric toothbrushes. There are some on the market that are $200, or a lot of them that are over $100. And with a lot of like the big companies out there, they really do get you in terms of the general price point, but especially when it comes to replacement heads. This right here is an electric toothbrush that comes in at a price of about $25, and it still has 5 different modes, including whiten, clean, sensitive, polish, and massage. To be honest, I don't really care about having that many modes on an electric toothbrush as long as it turns on. I keep it on the exact same setting every time, and they have like the built-in timer, and that is really all I need. Also include additional heads. In some cases, it's 3, like in this set, but I've also seen 5 or 6 included. And if you look at the price point of a lot of the replacement brush heads on like subscriptions and all that out there, grabbing something like this is just an absolute steal, and it's going to be like a huge improvement from any traditional toothbrush that is not electric. If you're looking for like a great stocking stuffer or just a gift that anybody could use at a price point of $25, this is really unbeatable. So this next product right here is the Microsoft wireless mouse, and I picked this up for just about $10, which, considering how like simple it is and all the features that it is still able to cover as a wireless mouse, it may not have anything like crazy about it, but at $10 it is really unbeatable. Just looking at it, the ergonomics are relatively simple. It does feel pretty comfortable to the hand. It's like a decent like medium size. It isn't too small to the point where it's like hard to use and uncomfortable that you'd rather use a trackpad. But at the same time, another cool feature is that it is pretty universal, being right-handed and left-handed use. I personally only know one person who uses their mouse left-handed, and that is Matt Moniz. And even though I write left-handed, I've always used the mouse on the right side. But if you need that universal option, I know the options are relatively slim out there. But for $10, what is also great is that it has a USB receiver. So instead of being like Bluetooth or anything, I personally actually still use a receiver with my mouse. And it also has built-in storage for it, so you can just tuck it in right here, and it uses a single battery. And what is also nice is that it comes in many fun colors, including black, blue, red, pink, and also purple, which with those options makes it a really good gift. So another product that I've had for quite a few years and recommended in different videos is a Logitech line of keyboards. Whether it's the K380, the K400, and also the MX Key Mini, these are all really good recommendations for people at different price points. And I think the best part about it is that Logitech really does focus on reliability and the connectivity and the build quality. When I had some of these keyboards set up around my office, my friends used them and noticed that they really liked the kind of ridge of the keys because it really did feel like the natural form and shape of the finger, which made it very easy to type. And personally, I currently use the MX Keys Mini and have really liked it. But at the price point, you can either get like the K380 or the K400 under $30, which I believe is a steal considering the fact that it has a great layout in general. It also has like pretty nice build, but on top of that, there's also 3 different buttons to allow you to connect it to different devices, whether it's like your home computer or your laptop, and switch between them within a press of a button. The battery life is also pretty solid, and it comes in a few different colors. So for anyone who's like getting a new iPhone during the holiday season, a really good gift to give is the Taurus iPhone case. And this comes in like different sizes, whether you have like the iPhone 12, the iPhone 13, 13, 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max, and so on. But one of the most popular case styles out there is just something that is extremely, extremely slim, and it's able to protect like the perimeter of the phone from like chips and scratches, but at the same time is still able to like really retain the overall feel of the device and what it's kind of meant to be. I personally like to use like a bit of a thicker case that has more protection, but I know a lot of people just either don't use a case at all or would like something that is as like formed as this. It comes in at a price of under $20, and what I like about it is that the wireless charging and everything still works as expected, and on top of that, it has like a bit of a soft grip to it, but isn't like too sticky where like dust and everything attracts. And at the same time, like the matte finish I think looks pretty stylish and sleek, and there are different colors available. But with like the military grade shockproof resistance, it at least provides some protection if you're dropping your device like on the side and on its back. And it does still have like a very, very minimal lip on the front, but I don't expect it to provide that much protection in that aspect. The last thing though is that the buttons are all very nice and responsive, so that is always like a key feature when trying to figure out what is a good case. So as you can probably see here, I have a lot of keys, whether it's the clothing store, the 4 different properties, and also the 2 cars. This right here is a key that I absolutely need to get into everywhere. And somehow I still happen to lose it all the time, especially when I'm heading out the door. And so an Apple AirTag is like the perfect product for someone like myself who is in the Apple ecosystem, but at the same time needs to have one of these trackers on most essential products except for my smartphone. This right here comes in at a price point of $29. And if you buy it in a pack of 4, it comes in at a price of $25 per unit, which essentially is the same price as like the third-party options that were available before from like Tile, for example, which was actually pretty good, but nothing beats a first-party product in terms of how it integrates with Apple's software. Even though the Tile now has support in the Find My app, this right here not only communicates very well with Apple devices, but at the same time also utilizes a beacon system. So if you lose it outside of the range that your native device is able to find, it is still able to give you a better chance of being able to find your keys or anything that it is attached to. On top of that, the Apple AirTag also has a huge third-party network of accessories now, whether it's luggage tags, tags that go on like a carabiner. There's just so much stuff out there, and right now, I actually have switched out of the Apple leather one and just use like a plastic one from Belkin because it just like fits a lot better in my keychain. It's more compact, it slides around, and it's more adaptive. Whereas the Apple one, even though it looked really good, it did have like that leather buckle finish and it just often got stuck or was in the way, especially for like a key setup like this where it definitely isn't compact by any means. Bottom line is it does work pretty well. It is not perfect. I still have times where it just isn't able to find or detect it effectively. But generally speaking, of the key trackers that I've tried out so far as an Apple user, I feel like this is something that everyone should have. Another product that I've also been recommending a ton is the Wi-Fi plugs. These come in kits of 2 or 4, and that is usually when you get the best deal, and it comes down to being about $10 a unit. And generally speaking, my favorite ones are either from like TP-Link or like Miros, and I haven't had an issue with either of them after using them for about a year. I have them in my office, and it turns the lights on and off at different hours of the day, whether it's like the whiskey cabinet or the LED sign, and it is able to very easily be triggered from anywhere, even if you're not on location. And on top of that, I also like how it is relatively small, and you do also have a button to turn the plug on and off physically instead of going on your smartphone to do so. But literally at a price of about $10 each, I have been very impressed by just how good they are. So this right here is kind of like a unique product, but it comes in at a price point of about $20, and it goes in line with what I've seen has been very popular, especially in colder regions. I personally don't really like wearing a toque, but I know a lot of people do, and with the clothing store that I co-own, the toque seems to be one of the most popular products out there. But this right here is actually a beanie that has a headphone built in. There's 2 little pods right here that line up with the ear, and it's able to go up to a volume of about 110 decibels, which is pretty loud, and you probably don't want to have it at that volume. But it also has Bluetooth connectivity, so it's all wireless and something that people don't really notice. But generally speaking, it kind of is able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, where you not only have a nice and comfortable toque, and also have like a way to listen to like music and podcasts very, very seamlessly. It uses Bluetooth 5.0 for connectivity, and it's able to give you about 10 to 12 hours of listening with just about 1.5 hours of charge. And you do also have